Hey, Basket Brains, Kirby here, aka Darkwing Disc, and I am sick of chasing my dreams. I'm just gonna ask them where they're going, and meet up with them later. Alongside of me is the fairway finder Ollie, and Ollie said that he once saw a forklift lifting a pallet of forks. It was way too literal, man. Welcome to episode 86 of the K.O Disc Golf Show. Episode 86 is the Seal episode. Famous players to wear the number 86. We got Buck Buchanan. I believe he played in like the 1940s, so definitely an old school legend. There was no Red Sox to ever wear the number 86, and there was also no Mariners to ever wear the number 86. So really crazy on that front. Ollie, was there any Giants?
Yeah, there's a handful of number 86s for the Giants, but the most prominent and the most recent is going to be from 2014 to 2020 to currently to 2024 Darius Slayton. Now he's
Darius
changed
Slade.
to number 18 now. Yeah, that's right.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it's funny. 86, like back when I worked in restaurants, that was always the number for when you ran out of something. We 86 that. So I wonder if that has something to do with the reason why there's not too many like baseball players that wear that number, or just as they get into the higher numbers, there's less and less, appetizing numbers up there for the players. But yeah, it's interesting to see. We're about to hit like I said last week, there's a string of Mariners numbers that aren't being used, and I think we're about to hit a couple of Red Sox numbers as well that haven't been used. So really weird. KO question of the week. Comment your answers down below, and Ollie and I will answer this at the end of the episode. How do you feel about a ladies' layout at tournaments? Something where maybe the pars are adjusted, or maybe the holes are a little shortened, specifically for women's divisions. Um, and do you think maybe there should be also like some age protected divisions that also maybe utilize that same type of layout? So comment down below your thoughts, and we'll get into it towards the end of the episode. Ollie, how you doing, man? How was your Thanksgiving?
It was good. It was good. It was nice and relaxing. Got my family and Roxy's family do a little something over at her place, so it was kind of nice to do that. And yeah, I did some karaoke and yeah, just good times with some good people and kind of what that holiday's about for me and resting a big part of that. So it was a good little Thanksgiving break, and then yeah, no, I had some good days off and stuff like that, so it was nice.
Sweet. Who did all the cooking?
Everyone brought some like own dishes. I think Alan, Roxy's dad, did a lot of cooking, but everyone brought some dishes, so it was a team effort. It seemed like for sure, so that was cool.
Sweet. What'd you guys bring?
Roxy brought the. I'm not taking any credit. Roxy brought the. She made some broccolini and some cornbread, and the cornbread was a big hit with the young cousin.
Nice. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, we had Chuck over for Thanksgiving. It was super cool. He came over in the afternoon and like helped me cook all day. So really, really awesome of him. He definitely cemented goat status. Not that he needed to at all in any way, but definitely did. And yeah, Ellie really appreciated him being there throughout the day because it meant she could just focus on kind of getting the house ready for everybody else, which was cool. So yeah, we had a small little get together. We only had like 5 people over, but it was super super cool. Like I said, having Chuck over for the whole day. Um, I didn't know this, but Chuck does like a Thanksgiving Day like turkey race kind of thing in the
Hmm,
morning. Um, it's Excalibur, I think it's called like Silver Lake, up like a little north of me up here. Um, it's fun little. I think it's like 9 holes, and then they have like alternate tee pads for like the back nine. And a lot of the baskets are on like little like precarious hills, and they have like paths that
hmm.
are all around it that you're pretty much like if you don't throw a perfect shot, there's a really really good chance that your disc is going to be on one of those paths. And none of the holes are particularly long, but it's really fun to play. And Chuck is I think he said he's a course steward up there, which I had no idea. So,
That's cool.
yeah, yeah, it was really cool. He had little like turkey pins for everybody that got a turkey that morning. So it was a really fun. I think there was like 9 of us out there and that kind of thing. I told him next year that I'd like to collaborate with him on it because he said in years past he's done like food drives and stuff like that with it. So I think next year would be really cool. I'll donate a bunch of stuff, from my personal collection and from ECD, and we'll see if we can get a bunch of people out there donating food and all that kind of thing, and see if we can make it some kind of like just help somebody else out with like that kind of event. So it was really, really, really cool of him to just set that kind of thing up, though.
Heck yeah.
Um, when I got there, this was super, super funny. When I got there, I walk into the parking lot and he's like, "Hey," I was like, "Hey, what's up, dude?" He goes, "Hey, this is Jeff." And I'm like, "Oh, what's up, Jeff? How's it going, man?" And he's like, "Good, good, good." Chuck goes, "No, this is Jeff." And I was like, "Wait, Jeff Wallace?" And he goes, "Yeah, Jeff Wallace." And I was like, "Dude," and like immediately came up and like gave him a hug. So it was so, so awesome to meet Jeff Wallace. Jeff is a guy who comments in like all of our videos for definitely the last like, I don't know, like months now, it seems like. He's
Yeah.
always in there and he's doing a lot of like positive stuff. Like he's helping install courses and stuff like that. And he's helping get disc golf into like some like schools and like that kind of thing.
So cool.
So yeah, dude, I did not, because I've looked him up on Facebook in the past, and I saw like his like pictures and stuff like that, and the guy that I met the other day like didn't look anything like his Facebook like photos at all. He had this like big long white beard, and I mean he had like a long white hair and all that kind of thing, and I was like, who is this guy? So it was really, really good to meet him, and yeah, it was awesome to put a face to the name and that kind of deal. So meeting Jeff was awesome.
Nice.
Um, we have the goat battle, little KO update. We have our one of our biggest, most. I mean, the video I've probably been the most excited to do so far in this channel. It's the goat battle. It was Chuck and I versus Ollie and Michael. We have the front nine coming out this Thursday morning, and then the back nine will come out next Thursday. So really, really exciting about that. Go check it out. I've spent a ton of time editing over the last couple of days, and I'm really proud of the finished product. So I'm really excited to kind of share it with everybody and have everybody kind of tune in. So
Heck yeah.
um, yeah, really, it's going to be cool. Um, Other news in KO stuff. We had our first Fairway Finder Finding Fairways series at Shelton Springs edition. Um, dropped this past Thursday. So little details on that. Ollie and I are going to be making it out to Shelton about once a month. We're going to get out there and try to film Ollie taking on the FPO layout of the video or of the of Shelton Springs of the Cascade Challenge. We're gonna be doing a video out there every month. The goal is for Ollie to beat Missy Gannon's hot round of 10 down. And the goal is for also him to keep himself above whatever his current rating is as we kind of roll into there, which will change month to month, by probably a stroke or so, I would imagine here and there. But if you haven't tuned into this past week, Ollie did not, unfortunately, he did not make the line of Missy Gannon's -10. Unfortunately, his putting was not there for him for the day. I know he's put in a ton of work since then, though. So, what we're gonna do though, for every month that Ollie does not reach the challenge or does not beat the challenge, we're gonna give somebody a disc for it. So I have here a really, really sweet Team Discmania stamped Zeta Moon 2. And this is awesome. Swirly S line plastic, special edition. Yeah, I really can't find these anymore. This disc is really sweet. One of my favorite runs of the CD1. And I'm going to give it to, we're going to give it to Mr. Banks. To Fairway Media himself, thank you so much for commenting on that video. Just kind of goes to show you, tune into all of our stuff, comment on all our videos. You never know when we're just going to randomly kind of start giving this kind of stuff away. Definitely on these challenge videos, we'll definitely be trying to give stuff away on the Fairway Find of Finding Fairways edition. I think next month we're going to try to get some AGL stuff kind of out there to some people and maybe check out some of those new molds as well. So,
Sir.
Justin, Banksy, reach out to me and we'll figure out the best way to get this to you. All right. Um, Dude, some other stuff that happened, like literally, like as we were getting ready for this show, I'm walking around the house and Butters, our smallest one, is kind of looking a little uncomfortable, and uh, he's just like standing kind of awkwardly, and he's kind of hunched over, and we're like, oh, it's real weird, and all of a sudden the house starts to smell, and we're like, what is that? And Butters had walked around the house, and he pooped
Oh,
all over the house, but just like little droplets everywhere. So we had to walk around and find everything and like clean. So we spent probably like 40 minutes just like cleaning poop around the house just for us to like walk in the kitchen and then both step in poop and be like, oh God, oh no. And had to like, it was just disgusting. We're like trying to like not spread it throughout the house, but also get to a place where we can like clean ourselves off. And it was
oh,
just, it's been like, I don't have kids. So I didn't really think I'd have to be like literally like elbow deep in poop yet, but like here we are.
yep.
So
In the poop.
super, oh, so gross. I think he got it out of his system. He's walking around now like he's a little lighter weight and like there's nothing wrong with him. So little shit monster that guy is. But yeah, just super super gross. Just kind of like a frantic like what are we doing here, man? Um, and then another. This is really funny. This happened this week. This guy and his kid come into the shop, and I've seen him a few times. The kid, he's probably like 9 years old, 10 years old, something like that. And his name is Xavier. Everybody calls him Z Man apparently. And the dad's kind of like they're just like going for a bike ride. They live like kind of close to the store, and they come in and they just want to like talk frisbees. Like Xavier's really into playing ultimate frisbee, and he just likes frisbee sports in general. And the dad doesn't really know too much about like just like frisbees and all that kind of thing. So they come in and just like talk shop. And admittedly, I don't know much about ultimate. So when they're kind of asking me about like that kind of stuff, I'm like, I don't. I really wish I could help you, but I'm not in that scene at all. But kind of talking to them about like disc technology and stuff like that, and Xavier's in there and he's like spinning frisbees around and he's doing like just like frisbee tricks just like this whole time. And I'm just like staring at him, was like, wow, like his hand-eye coordination and like what he's doing is like really, really impressive. And I'm kind of looking at his dad, was like, is he playing ultimate? And his dad's like, no, he can only get like clinics right now. There's no like organized teams for kids his age. So he's literally just out there like training frisbee and just like playing frisbee all the time. I was like, that's really, really impressive. And so I give him a mini because I'm like, whatever, here you go, man. Like, here's an ECD mini, like, hang out, like, throw it around a little bit. So he's tossing it back and forth in the store, and he like is banging it into stuff. And the dad's like, I'm so sorry, and I'm like, bro, I've broken like everything in here. You're cool, don't worry about it. And he goes over to picks it up, and he finds we have a ukulele in the store that I've had forever. And he finds it and he goes, oh, and just immediately sits down and he starts tuning the ukulele. And I'm just like watching him. I'm like, what? And he starts drumming it. He goes, nailed it. I tuned it perfectly. And the dad goes, wait, let me see. Hits it. He goes, yeah, really, really good job. And he sits down and he goes, should I play Crazy Train? And I was like, what? And he just starts playing Crazy Train on the ukulele. And the dad's like, yeah, he's just naturally musically gifted. And apparently the kid plays like guitar. He plays bass. He plays like 4 or 5 other instruments that he just like, you just hand him stuff and play him a song and he can just repeat it and stuff like that. So I don't know what Xavier is going to do, or Z-Man, but whatever he ends up doing, he's going to be so wildly incredible at it. Like he's just the kind of kid where you're like, whatever you choose to do in life, you're gonna nail that 100%. It was really really cool to see. I hope he gets into disc golf because I'd like to see what he can do if he focuses on just throwing the frisbee rather than just like toying with it around himself and like that kind of thing. So,
Very cool.
um, yeah, really cool to see. Um, all right, we're gonna get right into the tournament recap. This is presented by Emerald City Discs. Emerald City Discs, the gem of the Pacific Northwest. All right, happening this weekend was the leftover turnover. Let me bring it up real quick right here because I don't have it up already, of course. 2005. Perfect. Leftover Turnover 5 presented by Innova. This is happening up at Kayak Point. We talked about this a little bit last week, or pretty in depth last week, actually. It is it's a 1 round tournament that they played 36 holes pretty much consecutively. 18 holes were on the red or green course, and then 18 holes were on the pitch and putt. Winning MPO for the leftover turnover was Trey Carter, shooting 29 down, beating out Lucas Lauda, who came in second place, and then Corey A. Parker, Stephen Werner, and Jesse Bolton all coming in third place. TJ Donahue winning MP40. David Booza winning MP50. Riley O'Toole winning MA1. Daisy James won FA1. Julio Venezuela won MA40. Shayna Schuerman won FA40. Thomas Nelson won MA50. The fucking GOAT, Chuck Knudsen, took down MA60. Donald Anderson won MA70. Excuse me. Aaron Young won MA2. Brian Spain took down MA3. My boy Adrian Fernandez took down MA4. He popped in the shop afterwards. I got to talk to him a little bit about the event and just kind of his feelings towards getting his first win. I know he's lost two playoffs in a row at our tournament, so really, really
Oh,
excited for him to kind of get over that hump. And Kat Truitt won FA4 over Kylie Fernandez. Kylie's dyes have been selling so great in the shop, by the way. I've sold a bunch of her dyes just this past week, so I mean she nailed it. She made them with the intention of them being really good Christmas gifts for people, and that's exactly what's happening is people are doing their Christmas shopping already and they're finding some really, really cool stuff. So
nice.
um
Love that.
yeah, if you're looking for a sweet Christmas gift for somebody, the disc golfer in your life, KJ dyed discs from ECD. We got a bunch of them in there still, and she's going to bring us over some more. But she does a really good job.
Yeah, really good job. Super cool. Super clean.
Yeah. All right. This is the tournament look ahead presented by Swamp Cow Kava Bar. Swamp Cow Kava Bar, love me that muddy water. I don't. There's no tournaments. There's just nothing going on really. There's a ton of leagues and that going on, which is really cool. I think I saw there's probably like 3 or 4 leagues happening. A couple other random like kind of doubles and stuff like that. I think like Tall Furs posted in disc golf scene that they're
Hmm.
running like a Sunday dubs or something like that. So
That's cool.
um, that's cool. Yeah, mix it up. If you feel like getting out there, there's plenty of leagues. There's always like weekend dubs and stuff like that. So go check it out. Let us know. Team golf is starting up pretty soon. Um, yeah. All right. Moving into the weather look ahead presented by AGL Discs.
Oh my gosh. I'm not.
Together we can reduce,
Together we
reuse,
can
and
reduce, reuse,
recycle.
and recycle for a greener disc golf, a greener future for disc golfers. Oh, I was like, wait a
So
second. It was this. That was the first bad one in a minute, so that's okay.
almost fumbled the bag. It's fine. It's fine. This week, you know what? Honestly, man, it's actually not looking as bad as I thought it was gonna be. Um, we're not in like the low 40s just yet. We're not like the other morning when we went out and did that video with Chuck, it was like a 39 on the board. It was like a
Mm-hmm.
41. I'm only seeing like, I mean, I'm seeing like Tuesday and Wednesday. We're doing this Monday night. So Tuesday and Wednesday, we might see those low 40s, but for the rest of the weekend, we're looking at like high 40s to low 50s. Probably going to rain a little bit or have some like kind of sporadic showers throughout the weekend. But, honestly, for it being the first month or the first week of December and having like mid 40s to low 50s, like I'm pretty happy with that actually. I can't really complain. So,
No, not bad.
and rain is to be expected this time of year too. So, yeah. Um, uh-oh. There we go. All right. Time for the ODP guarantee. Last week Ollie predicted that it was gonna rain on Thanksgiving. Chuck and I actually had a really funny moment where we were hanging out. We had everything kind of settled for dinner, so we went outside and did some putting. And as we were putting, we're like, all right, I think Ollie's wins. I think it's officially raining.
Yep.
So good call on that one, my boy.
It didn't look like it was coming for a second, and then it did. So I was pretty happy. A
We
less
got nervous
happy,
for you.
a little less happy ODP guarantee. Ollie DePina guarantees Go Throw isn't gonna come out with the video this week.
Oh no.
We're losing hope. Go Throw, please. Maybe you could hear this and just put some hope back in your boy.
Go throw. Don't do this to him. Come on. Let's
But
see. It is Monday night, so they're not going to have the
it'll be
tomorrow's
tomorrow. It'll
match.
be tomorrow. It'll post
Yeah,
tomorrow or not, which I'm predicting it won't.
yeah. I will
I'm not
say though
even
that
predicting,
video,
I'm guaranteeing.
that video from last week, as much as I did want to see the kayak one, the goat video with Climo and Macbeth and all them and JK, it was pretty cool. I was
Yeah,
like, damn, like this.
I'm just not watching anything, honestly. I get in there to comment and I'm like, I just have no interest in anything they post. It's just sad. I just want them to post it. And once they do, then I will probably watch more, but until then,
I want to find Grant's comment. His comment was so freaking funny. It had me.
that
I
was my
screenshot and
favorite one.
sent you. I was laughing so hard when I saw it. I don't know. This video is doing really good numbers wise. It was something along the lines of when I saw Goat Battle, I just assumed it was Ollie at kayak. Dang, I was
No, it
like,
was great. It was
nice.
great.
It was really, really good. Really appreciate him doing that. Um, Okay, so next now it's time for the in the bag segment. This is where Ollie and I have been go week by week. We've been going through our bag. This is week three. We are on fairway discs, and do they find a fairway? So Ollie, I'm gonna start us off. I'm gonna start with my I
How many
guess
do you
like kind of a.
have?
I have four all day. How many do you have?
I have eight. I'm gonna start, and I'm gonna go
Okay,
two and
yeah,
two.
you go ahead.
I'll go two, and then you go one. Just because
Yeah,
I have eight.
yeah. That actually, I mean, that's kind of shows a lot about the difference in our like the yeah. No, I'm curious to see how these are kind of lined out.
Well, eight. Some are more utility than others, and one I'm still figuring out. But right now, we'll start with these two. I have the Owen Scoggins Halo T-Bird. This as acts as my overstable 7-speed slot. I really like throwing this thing. If you watch the Shelton video, I threw this on my second shot on the par four on par five. Is that what it is? Is
Or
it par five?
five,
Yeah,
yeah, the
on the
second
par
hole,
five.
yeah,
Yeah, on the second shot, I threw this one to kind of get down the fairway, and it held really well. And I use this a lot for those kind of shots. And then also with it, kind of a newer disc in my bag, the Eagle L, and it's kind of similar, but I'm still figuring it out. I think this will fly. It'll be a little more of a everyday driver compared to that Own T-Bird, where it has a nice little pop up to flat. But both serve right now a spot in my bag, but still figuring them out for those two. But I do love
nice,
those two discs so far. The
yeah, yeah.
T-Bird's
You feel
been
it?
in my bag.
I feel like you throw the Eagle L really well. I've seen you throw that a lot. Yeah. The slowest fairway driver, I guess, that I carry in the bag is the Essence. I have this Neo Essence. I don't carry any 8 speeds. I would say the fairway section of my bag is definitely a kind of forgotten about section at least. I don't throw a lot of fairway drivers. I usually will kind of power down on my distance drivers, or I'll just like hammer on my putters and my mid ranges. So my fairway section ends up kind of being a little bit of like a lost area. So pretty much everything in here is very kind of niche for me and for my bag. So yeah, the Essence kind of plays as my like flip up to like really, really long turn. I like using this on like holes like hole six out at Delphi where I got to get over the pond and kind of have that long, gradual left to right moving shot and that kind of thing. Essence goes sneaky far too. I mean, I can throw these well over 400 feet if you get the full time to let it get up, let it really pan over and come out of it again, kind of deal. But yeah, really, really nice for like hyzer flip to turn, maybe a roller once in a while, but mostly just that hyzer flip to long turn type of shot.
Nice. The next two are also 7 speeds and staying with T-Birds in the theme, but these two discs have been in my bag the longest since I like really started playing. The first one is featured in my in the bag top 10 video. This is my pre-flight number Star T-Bird. It has like a perfect little dome to it. For how old it is, it really holds its stability up. Like it doesn't flip to and turn over. It kind of just flips up and just rides really straight through a lot of things. Like I don't really rely. I can rely on this to go straight finish hyzer kind of more for any shot. That's kind of what I use this for. But tight fairways and woods, I really like these T-Birds. I just think they're like kind of the I didn't really, I didn't really think about it, but I do throw a lot of fairways, which I think makes
That's
sense.
fine. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then this one is a really special T-bird to me. This is a Dynamic Discs dyed T-bird back. This is super old pre-flight number star plastic, and it's yeah, it's super old. This one is my flippiest T-bird, and kind of like also in the challenge video, I used it on one of the later par fours as a really
Oh
high
yeah.
shot, and I use it. I throw it really high and I let it drift to the right, and use it for different shots on kayak gold. Like yeah, it's super awesome. Just anytime I need to really get a workable disc, hyzer flip up, can put it over to the make it turn fully right. I can throw this on a roller. I really do enjoy this kind of my flippy workhorse T-bird. So I throw
Sweet.
three different T-birds and kind of just in a stable, overstable, understable slot, which I think I really like and makes a lot of sense. The only new one, non-pre-fight number being the own one, which is like just super stable, pretty stable.
Yeah. Who did you say died that?
I'm pretty sure this is dyed by the founder of Dynamic Discs.
Oh, no kidding. You
Yeah,
said
so
dynamic discs, and I was like, what?
yeah, so this like when before Dynamic Discs was manufacturing, he was dyeing discs and selling them on eBay. And
Mhm.
my buddy was I actually he knew him, so I got a huge lot of like pre-flight number discs, and that's where like basically still some are in my collection. Oh, I just love how it spins with the black ink. It's super old, super basic, but it's like still cool for the I don't know, I love it so much.
Yeah. No, no, it looks great. I just no, that's a cool story behind it too. That it's like the original guy because I know like Dynamic started with selling like apparel and they were doing like stamps and stuff like that on. Like I had a Discraft stamp disc that had the Dynamic disc logo stamped into it and
Yep.
stuff. But I don't know that I've ever seen somebody have like a dyed disc from them. So that's pretty sweet, dude. That's a
It's
tight
kind of a
disc to have,
gem.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah.
One I never want to lose and I really love and yeah, so it was a disc golfer who disc golfed in like the early 2000s, late 90s in Chicago. And he was
Oh,
like, I can't disc golf anymore. You want my stuff? And I was like, yeah.
okay. That's huge. Wow.
So
Sick.
that's where I got those.
Nice. Next fairway driver in my bag is the CD1. I have this really tight this money stamp Team Discmania stamp on the blue. Absolutely beautiful. I really like this sea line. I don't know what is up with this like opaque sea line plastic, but I'm just like a huge fan. This run has been really nice. Chuck Knudsen has like three or four of this run of CD1s because he threw mine and was like, that's it for sure. So I'm throwing this on like hyzer, like about here. I'm getting it to stand up, pan a little to the right, and then kind of like fall back left a little bit. Another one that I can throw definitely into like the four, like well into the 400s, 400 range. It pairs really nice with the Essence, where the Essence will kind of flip and drift to the right and not really hook out of it. This will flip, drift a little to the right, and then hook out of it. So Essence, CD1, kind of nice little like split the middle, but both being really neutral as well at the same time.
Moving into my 9 speed slot, my first one is going to be another pre-flight number disc. This is the Innova Sidewinder, and this disc is like my roller. Like it's like
Hmm.
I know I should probably get better at rolling other discs, but this disc makes rolling in my life so much easier. This disc is like I used to just be such an overstable guy. Now like I turned into just such a roller guy, and it's this disc that did it to me, and I love it so much. So I throw this disc a ton. I throw it when I'm not feeling confident in my game, and it gives me like this like confidence in my like creativity, my confidence in my game, and it kind of gets me going back in the right thinking when I need it.
I've seen
And
you throw some of like the best shots that I've seen you throw have been with that sidewinder. I mean, totally respectfully, like it'll come
yeah.
out of your hand, and there's definitely a moment of like, oh no, like I don't think that did exactly what he thought it did, and then it just like starts like cooking the right way, and it just like it's yeah, you throw that if you it looks like you have total control over that disc at times. It's really cool to see.
Hole 2 at South Fork is a good example.
Yes.
Like it looks like it's like way too out of angle and it's gonna burn over an OB or something, or like way out of position, and it's just gonna hold a cut. And I know it's gonna hold the cut, and then I know what like kind of the distance it will, and I know exactly what it's gonna do. It's just gonna curl after that. So it is a trusting thing of that disc. And a disc that I'm getting back in my bag after so long. Chuck got me this disc back from Kayak. I lost it in. It was on hole six, no, hole five on Golds. It's that downhill par three, and I hit early at trees, and it went into like the blackberry bushes, kind of right in front of you in a way, or like 80 feet in front of you. And but this was given. I bought this from Barsby himself. It's a Roadrunner. It's a Star
Okay.
Roadrunner, but it's signed by Barsby because I was looking at them, and then I found a bin, and they were like all yellow ones with a blue stamp, and he's like, these are the ones that I would cycle. I'm going to cycle in and out of my bag. And I was like, can I have one of those? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, would you sign it? And I was like, would you do the bottom? Because I'm gonna like be throwing like, I mean, I said I was gonna be throwing it a
I'm
lot.
gonna throw
And
it. Yeah.
he was really excited. I chatted with him for a long time, and this disc's also been super super awesome for me. Like pop up for a Roadrunner, super stable. Like I throw this on a little hyzer or like even like here, pops up to flat, rides a little right, and finishes. Like it's a really unique disc.
Nice.
Um, it kind of shows me like he really like those Roadrunners that he has are like a certain stability and a certain degree where he knows, and it's super cool. So um I really like this disc, and it's always going to be a favorite of mine.
Hell yeah. That's sweet. I really like that story behind that too. Next in my bag is my last 9 speed. This is one of my favorite discs to throw to. This is the Splice. Splice is light or Splice is nice. Uh, Splice up your life, all the business. I love them
Oh,
though. I'll crank this on a ton of anhyzer, let it flex out. I love throwing it like flat and kind of sharp, and it'll hit the ground and then get like a ton of ground action and that kind of thing. Um, I don't throw it backhand nearly as much as I throw a forehand, but it's so much fun to kind of flex around and that kind of deal. I don't throw, like I said, this is my last 9 speed, so I don't throw an FD3 or anything like that. I don't throw a Vanguard or anything. So this really kind of utilizes, or this really like fills a slot of an FD3 for me. This one in particular is definitely, as you can see, is pretty beat up at this point and very well worked in. So it's, as far as the splice is concerned, it's very straight, but it's still probably the most overstable disc. It's probably more overstable disc than I would imagine is in most people's bag, and I like that about it. So,
uh,
yeah, splice up your life. I know you're one of the few people who like is like I don't think I can say like I have a disc more overstable than you, which like 99% of people like this is far more overstable than like a PD2 or anything like that.
oh,
So like it just you know
as
what
a
I mean? Like it
yeah, as a splice enjoyer too. So like I know the greatness of the splice. I had a splice in my bag for a while, but I took the splice out, and I'm gonna actually have to figure something out with my contract coming up here. But my beautiful full tilts. Um,
yeah.
I took my first run tilt out because it actually is more stable than these, like more overstable than these ones, and it was like not unusable, but I just got so used to this full tilt flight where like a little more consistent with what I could do with it, and then it took a little less. The first run one got like chips and gouges, but it was so stable still. Like it would not do anything but it's so interesting. And then my buddy Gabe, I just went to Denver and picked up, and he gave me he was trying to get, we were out drinking one night, and he was like, I'm going to give you my Kavu bag. And I was like, you don't have to give me your Kavu disc golf bag. And I was like, but since you're like, said that to me drunkenly, you got to give me this. And he was like, oh, I
Yeah.
don't throw that. He's like, I don't throw that, dude. You can have it. So
Nice.
that made me happy.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, what do you think you're gonna do to replace those? So I mean I don't know if people know this yet, but yeah, do you want to explain why you can't have
oh
those in
yeah.
your bag next year?
Yeah, and I talked about it, I guess, in the last video with the MD5, but with
Oh
the
yeah, sorry,
new,
sorry.
all right, I didn't talk about this, but I should have. But this includes, I meant it like that. It includes the MD5 from last video. Um, so I EGL was an open bag last year, and I think we're switching to everything has to be Innova made, and that comes with our new sponsorship with Innova. And Innova has been, I think they were really chill with the open bag, just like with the team comfortability, and it was like kind of an awkward thing with that, and more so I think for the people that were using a lot of gateway stuff and stuff like that. Um, but now that it's here, I know, like I know Innova's been really awesome with us in our partnership and and us the sales side of things and helping us back up things and reassuring that they have our back within it. So I think it's a cool thing and a sign of they have our back, we're fully repping with them. So I think it's a cool thing to be with that manufacturer and just say, hey, everyone that's on this team will be throwing, which is a huge lineup, one of the best lineups you
Yeah.
could possibly have. So I think it's awesome, but I will be throwing all Innova made discs. So I have a few Discmania discs that are Innova made, and then I got to do some experimenting. But basically, yeah, that the tilts are gonna be going, and I'm looking at Whippets. I think that's gonna be a good disc to look into, and then they just came out with the Kevin Jones Max, which I know will be a little more of a actual driver-ish, but I know the Max still has some good. I think it's like a 4.5, or like they average it like target is like a 4 or even a 5. So
Yeah.
um, those are two that pop in my head right away. I have a Juggernaut, but that's like more of a beefier version of like a more of like a PD2 type disc or anything like that of there than
Yeah.
anything than that. So I do have some experimenting to do, but leaning towards those options, and then I can always throw a tilt for fun at the park. It's
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
like the
Sure.
biggest deal. I feel like
We should actually,
Roxy
I
can bag a
mean,
tilt.
yeah, there you go. We honestly we should before you sign your contract with AGL, we should go to North Park and do one more till only video.
Ooh,
You know what I'm saying? While it's still off, while
or
everything is still on the up and
or
up.
my brain totally went the other way. I thought you were gonna be like, let's go down to AGL headquarters and get them to make a tilt.
We could do. I'm probably gonna stop by there in February anyways, because I'm gonna be driving through to go to Wintertime Open like I did last year. So we could have these conversations.
We have no 9 speeds in the AGL line, or oh, we do have the
I was
FD3.
like, yes, you do. Yeah.
Speaking of FD3, I'm just going to talk about my last two here. I got
Yeah.
the AGL prototype Elm, and this is with the old FD3 mold. And if you've watched the video, this is the disc that I threw in from the springboard basket from the Mando drop zone on the Timber Claw layout at over at Shelton. So beautiful disc, amazing disc, super flat, has a great push. Can really control it. Always gonna have that FD3 fade, but a little more push than what I throw with my Haley King Halo Firebird, which has been a disc in my bag for a very, very long time. Haley King's a good friend of mine. I'm always gonna say flex that. I only say good friend because we're friends on Fortnite, and so
That counts.
if you can't say that, you can't question how good of a friend I am. So,
Very cool. Hell yeah, dude.
and those are
I don't
those are
play
my
Fort.
9 speeds. Those are my 10 9 speeds
Oh yeah,
or
because it went to
10
10 with the two
fairways.
tilts. Yeah, nice. My last fairway driver, I guess it's technically not really a fairway driver, but I treat it as one. It's a PD. It is a 10 speed, and I think it's actually in the distance driver category of all the stuff with Discmania, but I throw it like a fairway driver. It's really not in my distance driver kind of section. I don't think of it like that. It is really I throw it really long. It is like not that much shorter than my distance drivers, but just a little different of a line. I use this in place of like an FD3 or like a Thunderbird type of disc. I really like these Nordic Phenoms. I found that this is my favorite run of PDs. They're a little flatter top. I think they're actually a
Yeah.
little straighter too, so a little easier to kind of push around. So, Nordic Phenom. So that's my four fairways. I got PD, I got Splice, I got CD1, and I got Essence. So real simple. I mean, it really
Maybe I
is
just need
like
to embrace the nickname.
dude. Yeah, I mean, fairway finda. It's pretty sick. I kind of
It
like
kind of
that.
makes
That's
sense. Like
Yeah,
I like it makes sense with my game too. Like I can throw putters, but like I don't know, but like and I can throw drivers well, but like it makes sense that like a certain I don't know. I can definitely I'm starting to think like where I would implement it more. Maybe just for
no,
like I just I do throw them a lot. I think I just gotta embrace it. Yeah, just
yeah.
embrace it.
I would. I mean,
I
seriously,
got
I think it's like,
3 T-birds.
yeah. I mean, you throw them all really
Yeah.
well. It's a slot that you throw comfortable in, so like, why not? It's just I've never when I started playing, I threw 9 speeds, and then I immediately went to throwing 12 speeds, and I've never thrown any. I never threw any sevens until way later in disc golf. So by the time I was trying to learn a 7 speed, it just all like just didn't fit right in my hand right from the get go. So yeah, that's the end of the bag. Let us know what you have in the fairway section of your bag. All right, time to answer the KO question of the week. How do you feel about a ladies layout at tournaments where maybe the pars are adjusted and some holes are shortened? And do you think that some age protected divisions should get that same layout? Ollie, what do you think, man?
From what I hear, I think it's always good. Mostly good. Like I hear good things about it. I think I rarely hear bad things. Um, about those kind of layouts, and it's even like more encouraging when it's like those lady only events and they have those layouts like advertised and stuff like that. So I don't know. I don't think it's really my place or like my opinion to have in a way, I guess. But I think it's good. Like I'd say I think it's good and should be something offered or at least to something. And then for other age groups, I think no pro division should, TBH.
Sure. Okay. Yeah,
But
yeah. No, no.
I think
I,
I think
I
I think that's where I stand with that.
I think I'm right there
Yeah.
with you, honestly, which is kind of a boring answer, but this is something that I've been talking with my new business partners about South Fork,
Mm-hmm.
and we're trying to figure out the most important thing to me is that we get more female participation. The more women that sign up for the tournaments, if we can get, 2 or 3 women to sign up for one of our events, other women are going to see that and it's going to snowball in a really good way and more people are going to play. Women don't want to go out and play events that are going to just like brutalize them. South Fork, some of those holes are really long, and some women have expressed that, the traditional par three for them, they're like, well, there's just absolutely no way we can play this as a par three. This is definitely more of a par four for us. So my number one thing is I say if it encourages more women to come out to the events and encourages more women to play in disc golf, go ahead and do it. It is a really simple thing to just change a couple of pars or maybe make a one or two slightly shorter tee pads for a couple of holes. And if it's going to make a whole field of people happy, it's really not that complicated to do, I believe. Um, I think if you are going to include an age restricted division, I agree with you to not include pro divisions. But I think personally, I'd rather it just be um, like an amateur ladies like type of thing. Like, and I don't even know if I think that might be a conversation there to see if FPO layout is also the same. If maybe like pro ladies play the same as the amateur ladies. I don't really know about that either. But
No,
I think I'm
I'd probably just have FBO play the same as them, to be honest. I'd probably just
as
keep it
the
if
as a sure,
I have
yeah,
them
yeah.
play the FBO late. That's I don't know, like there I mean most not most of the time, but there's a lot of courses that these pro tours go on and there's FBO layouts for, it's like
Yes.
why can't there should always be an FBO layout, I guess. I guess the more I think about it, that's how I think, yeah.
Yeah. I don't think every course needs it because like a place like Lakewood, for instance, you know what I mean? Like there's not really a lot of holes there that necessarily need to be shortened. I can see where like hole six, stuff like that. But at South Fork Landing, there are a bunch of holes that are just like they're just long. So yeah, I think I'm for it more than anything for sure. Especially like I said, the number one thing is that we just get more people in general playing disc golf and involved in disc golf. And if we can get more women playing as well, which is only going to help grow the sport, I'm all for it. So all right, draft this week. We're gonna do something just a little different. Ollie, are you down with the 3 round idea?
Yep.
Yeah, cool. All right.
Yep.
This
Yep.
this draft this week is the Winter Disc Golf Essentials. Basically anything you absolutely need to disc golf this time of year. Ollie, I'm going to take the first pick and then let you get the second two. With the first pick,
Go
I
for
am
it.
taking my number one thing that I need, and that is hand warmers. I It is so difficult for me to throw with cold fingers and that kind of thing. So having a couple of electric hand warmers in my pockets while I'm playing, absolutely love it. Definitely need it for this time of year.
Yeah, those hand warmers would help if you could put them inside of your coat pocket. A nice old movable coat, I think, is going to be my first pick.
Sure.
Because, layers are important, but something that's light enough that you can move around in but still be a good coat, I think, is so important. Sometimes
Yeah.
the light windbreaker with a hoodie option is always a good movable one. So I think, that important top layer, that important winter coat, whether it is that when I say winter coat, that movable disc golfing coat, kind of
Sure.
thing. And then
Yeah.
afterwards, I'm a big even when it gets down to this time of year, I'm a big. I didn't have them this past Sunday, a little bit of a rushed morning, but I am a big glove person because I think hand warmers are great, but I think I always like to have one glove on my left hand whenever it gets around this time. It kind of gives me like a Tom Brady feel to it. You got like the little QB sheet in the glove, and I feel like I like that. I always see Eagle McMahon wearing the one glove and take
Mhm.
it, and then he takes it off and throws it with the other one. But I think gloves are really important as well to keeping your hands warm. But
Sure.
yeah, I have Raynaud syndrome, so like even when it gets to like now, it's like really important just to keep circulation and blood flow. So gloves are great. Hand warmers are great too, but I like gloves a lot as well. I have both usually.
Yeah. So yeah, I had rain jacket on mine instead of a movable coat, but basically that's the same thing. That I think is also probably like one of the most important things for sure. For my number two pick and the number four overall here,
Oh,
uh, this
my bad.
this is what's
I
up?
didn't realize it wasn't snake or not. That's my bad.
No, you got two in a row. You're good.
Because
Yeah, it's
it's
my
three. I
pick now.
didn't. Okay, 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 okay.
Oh yeah. Well, so oh yeah, I guess it does kind of change things a little bit, but whatever, dude. There's
It
nothing
doesn't
on the
matter. I
line
just
here.
yeah, my
Yeah.
bad, my bad.
No, you're right though. You are right. Yeah. I would say this is important for all year long, but specifically, I think it's super important this time of year. Just having fresh towels. It's always going to be a little wet this time of year, and not only is everything already cold, but you don't need cold and wet on top of that. So, some fresh towels, a couple of dry towels with you.
Yeah, that's good.
And then for my other pick here, and I guess for my last pick of the draft, I'm going to pick. Um, this is one that I think is actually another one that pretty important all year, maybe not all year round, but specifically this time of year. Uh, Blue and pink discs, specifically discs that are not like orange and yellow. Um, so discs are just easy to find. Yeah, no, I know what I said.
I throw a ton of orange and yellow.
I know we lost one of yours.
I
You'll
throw a
see that
ton
in
of
the
orange and
video coming
yellow
up.
and red.
Yeah.
Lost.
No, actually, I think I edited all that part out anyway, so it don't matter. I had to trim it down to only so much time. So, what you got for the last pick, bud?
I feel like a big one missed off was umbrella. I feel like disc golfing umbrellas are so big, but I'm not taking it. I'm taking wool socks. I'm a big wool sock enjoyer. I'm sorry, the wool socks, they keep those feet warm. Nothing like a wool sock in the winter.
You know what, dude? I think because we have
But
so many backups, do you want to just go ahead and run two more?
okay, I'm
Do you
gonna
want
go
to grab
wool sock and what was my?
umbrella?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
I
because
do.
umbrella was kind of one that I would have felt really stupid about us not having on that list at all. So, uh,
Exactly. I was like,
yeah,
yeah, okay, you just take something good then and redeem us. It's most like this is like a
no,
team draft. What can
yeah,
what?
yeah.
So then we have to
Like,
disc golf, and the comments should be, what did we miss out on, and what would our player be bummed about leaving?
yeah, what did our player not bring with him? Yeah. So my last one, and I think what would really help our day out there in the really tough conditions, chalk bags. It's another one that's really good for all year long, but specifically in the wintertime, chalk bags. So, all right. Ollie had a movable coat. He had gloves. He had wool socks, and he had an umbrella. I had hand warmers. I had fresh towels. I had blue and pink discs, and I had chalk bags. So, yeah, comment down below. Let us know if this was a person going out to disc golf. What is he disappointed that he did not bring with him? What's he gonna need to get through that round?
Pants.
Pants. Yeah, yeah. You came
Pants.
out without pants. No mas
He's
pantalones.
he got arrested. He got arrested actually.
Didn't even make it to hole two. It's crazy.
Episode 86, we're getting into those times. Probably about a few more weeks until true winter, but I go through life with a smile because I know things can be worse than they are. My GOAT, Eli Manning. Aim high, shoot low, and we'll see you next week. Peace!